let's get into the iPad here. And I want to draw out the standard 3-part video launch. Now, typically, you have this piece here, which is the opt-in. You know, you gotta opt in here, and then it takes you to video 1 and goes into video 2. Video 2 is like maybe day 1. This is maybe day 2. And then you have video 3. Video 3. So then day 3. And then typically there is a sales video. Okay. And then what happens is you either buy, let's see if buy like that. I'll put that in. Actually, let me do this like this. This is buy. And didn't buy. Didn't. I should learn how to type or write. Didn't buy. And like that. And then typically it'll go one of these two. Did they buy or didn't they buy? Right? And if they didn't buy, then this usually goes into an email follow-up series. And this could be, email 1, email 2, email 3. It just goes on and on, trying to capture the sale, right? All of this because they didn't buy, right? And that's basically what's going on. This is the standard stuff. Okay, and there's a couple of parts here. I mean, this works. There's nothing wrong with it the way it is, and this, you can always find somebody who this works for. I don't know why that was muted. Okay, cool. For some reason, it mutes when it goes back. When I go back to the iPad, does it mute? Just want to make sure. I don't know if it was even going through there, but this is the typical one. So let me go through this again, just in case. I'll walk through it again, just in case. We have the typical opt-in, which is here, and then it goes into the videos, video 1, video 2, and 3, and then to the sales video, and then it's either that they buy or they didn't buy. And then if they didn't buy, then there's a follow-up series, usually of emails, right? And it's always trying to capture the sale. And like I was saying, is that sometimes, this works. It's obviously works. It's worked for many, many, many years. It didn't work for me very well. And then the question I always get is, well, I've already built all these videos. I've done all these videos, right? So what do I do with these videos now if what you're saying, which I'm going to show you in a second, is the way to go? So let me just duplicate this to make it a whole lot faster and easier. Okay. Okay. So this is no longer the standard. Let me go back to here, go back here, and let's do an unfunnel. Unfunnel the 3-part series. And what we'll do here is, let's get, I'll just leave I'll leave these pieces. Maybe not. There we go. Get rid of all these things here. Oops. Email 2. So the way that you unfunnel is, it's pretty simple. You look at this and you remove a piece of the puzzle. And the piece of the puzzle that we're going to remove is this guy right here. Let's go back to this one. And we're going to get rid of this guy. Okay, so we don't have an opt-in. And what you're doing is you're sending people, you can still have your videos up and you put them on a landing page or just set it up the way you have it, but you remove the opt-in here. And you're sending traffic to the video so they can see all the videos now not for opting in. I personally would also get rid of the sales video. And the sales video is again part of the unfunnel process, because you want to have people watch the videos. I hope the ideas of the videos, I suppose, are to teach something and show them that there's a problem going on that you could solve. And that's where the videos come into play, which are completely fine. And there's probably even a point in video 3, depending on how you've set it up, there's a point in video 3 where you're transferring over into the sales process. You could really just cut that out. And in today's world, it's even so cool to even have that edit and cut it out and say, listen, and follow what I'm saying here is edit this part in and just be authentic about it and say, here's the next part of the process. And let me explain it first, then I'll come back to this, what I mean without going into the technical editing part. But what I'm saying is in video number 3, okay, video number 3, this is an invitation. Let me actually do this in a different color because that'll stand out. Okay. This is an invitation to learn more. Okay. So instead of going to a sales video, you have an invitation, and it could be, it still could be a part of the video. It still could be that where you just edit it in at the back end and say, listen, hopefully you enjoyed what you just watched. I'd love to invite you in to learn more. They think they're going to get the typical, they think they're going to get this sales email thing that everybody else does, but they're not, because we're going to change that up. But you invite them to learn more. And some people will opt in. So instead of, let's see here, let's change all this. Okay. And now your opt-in is here. Okay. So it's no longer over here. The opt-in is now here. And only the right people, dream clients opt-in. Dream clients opt in there. The tire kickers, the people who are never going to buy from you anyway, are going to be watching these videos, right? These videos here. You'll get all kinds of people watching the videos, and that's cool, but they don't have to opt in. That's the point. And this is where you avoid getting people that are never going to buy from you, who are tire kickers, that the front end that they had to opt in the original format, they're opting in, and that's why you get all these dead leads and whatever that you call them on your list, and nobody's buying. You get all these complaints. You see people complaining about this all the time, and this is the reason why, because they were forced to opt in to watch the videos, right? To do this, they were forced over here. They were forced right over here to opt into this video, and they don't have any intention to buy or whatever. And then when they're on your list, they keep getting these email sequences over and over and over again, and they opt out or they complain, or you have this really blown up list of just leads that, or whatever you want to call them, that are on your list that are never going to do anything. And so it's discouraging sometimes. And if you do it the other way, if you do it this way, you're avoiding all of that, because the people who are never going to buy are not interested, and they just want some free stuff, and that's it. That's totally cool. Just let them watch the videos over here. They're going to watch all these videos, and they're going to come to this invite over here, and they're not going to opt in, right? They're not going to opt in. And you don't want them, but you want the dream clients opting in. So the dream clients, they know and they see the value of what you've done. And then the email series, instead of this guy, you're not trying to capture sales, right? let's get rid of this for a second. You're not trying to capture sales. The email follow-up series, actually, let me change that. Right? Email. This follow-up series is an actual value add. Okay? And so you're doing a couple of things here. You're doing a couple different things. One, you're eliminating the opt-in at the front. People are going to go to and watch the video. You can send as much as you want traffic there, even if you wanted to run ads to this thing, whatever. You're going to spend some money on leads or whatever that are going to watch free videos and do nothing. That's totally fine. But you're going to get people who are watching your valuable content if it is truly valuable, right? Make sure it is. And they're learning something, and then you invite them to the next step, which is, hey, I've shown you all these videos. They already got in for free because they're used to everybody else doing the other stuff, right? They're already used to a regular product launch type of opt-in, video, three-part video series, knowing that there's going to be a pitch coming, knowing that there's going to be a video at the end of that. So you're eliminating the opt-in. You're eliminating the sales video. Right there, you're like, wow, what happened here? And then the invite might sound like, okay, here's the catch, right? Here's where he's going to get me. And then you invite them, and then they do opt in because they're curious, that they're real people. And then they get onto your email list, and then you give them more value. It's like, hey, here's another video I forgot, or here's a part of the video I forgot, or here's a part of the content that I wanted to really emphasize, and here's a worksheet that I have for you. So you continue to add to the value. And if you do that 3, 4, 5 emails, maybe 5 or 6 emails over 7 emails that normally would be sales emails, then you are standing out more than anybody else. If you remember last week when we talked about dissecting and unfunneling the regular opt-in to email series, well, this pairs with it. What I'm showing you here, this pairs with it. This piece was last week. Unfunneling the opt-in to email, right? This was last week. So if you go back to last week and you look at that, and now you parallel, now you have this 2-part system that you could just build upon. And that is how you unfunnel the 3-part video launch that looks like this, where they have to opt in. Let me go back here again. Right? They have to opt in order to watch these videos, and then they get a sales video, and they either buy or they don't buy. And this is more of an expectation. Is like, okay, well, here's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to buy from me. Where I am more on, let me just show you these videos, especially if you've already built them and you don't want to do those kind of launches anymore. I'm not saying they don't work. I'm not against them or anything like that. I mean, they do work. And if it's not working for you, like it's not working for me, then just switch it, right? Like, don't keep using the value or the assets that you've already built, and then turn it into an unfunnel. All right. So that is how you unfunnel it. Let me know if this helped you. Put it in the comments. And if there's any questions, because you're watching on the replay now, #replay, let me know, and I will come back and answer them all the way, as much as I can. So that is how you unfunnel the 3-part video series. Hopefully that helped you. I will see you next week for another heart-centered marketing show.